What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and of the more than 6,500 Little Leagues worldwide, Sherman Oaks Little League just might be the crown jewel of all of them. From its early days with John Wayne and Tom Selleck to more recently when it became the first Little League in the world to have an all-girls team, Sherman Oaks Little League is no stranger to history. And you know what else? It's got an impressive list of big leaguers that have come out of here as well. Let's get into it. So the story starts in 1952 when the baby boom was in full swing and families were flocking to the San Fernando Valley, and their 10, 11, and 12-year-old boys were ready to play baseball. They were watching the Hollywood Stars and the Los Angeles Angels of the Pacific Coast League on TV, and the Dodgers, Yankees, and Cubs on national TV. And the San Fernando Valley, well, had baseball fever. So it was at this time that Fort Pearson, Mel Schulman, and Ron Stiles got together. They all grew up in Santa Monica playing school leagues, park leagues, American Legion, but they saw that Little League Baseball, which was founded in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, was taking hold throughout the nation. So they applied for a charter, and they received it, and they opened up Sherman Oaks Little League with land donated by the Nazareth House right here on Magnolia and Noble. The goal then was the same as it is now, to make it to the Little League World Series. So the season started in May of 1952 with 4 teams of 10 to 12-year-old boys: the Acorns, Stars, Royals, and Kiwanis. One of the early stars was Nelson Gary, an 11-year-old who had one arm and received national press for his play as the best 11-year-old in the division. By the next year, Little League Baseball was a huge deal in Sherman Oaks, with 350 kids participating and John Wayne, the Duke, sponsoring a team, which he continued to do through the 1970s. By 1954, after negotiation with the City Recreation and Parks Commission, Sherman Oaks Little League was granted permission to lease out their own section of Van Nuys Sherman Oaks War Memorial Park. They had 650 kids set to participate, and Sherman Oaks Little League was such a big deal that the mayor of Los Angeles, Norris Paulson, was set to throw out the first pitch. The mayor was just the first in a number of luminaries who continued to do the same, kicking off the festivities at Sherman Oaks. Roy Rogers, Dale Evans, Mickey Rooney, Jane Mansfield, Casey Stengel, Leo DeRocher, and Fess Parker, TV's Davy Crockett, also followed suit. And one of those players who caught the first pitch one year had his own place in the galaxy of legends, Tom Selleck, known as Tommy back then, who was an all-star for Sherman Oaks in 1956. At this point, national recognition was in the offing for Sherman Oaks Little League, as they were chosen over every other Little League in the world to represent baseball in the NBC telecast Salute to Baseball, which was viewed by over 50 million people and featured Willie Mays and Roy Campanella. Wow. The next few decades saw an expansion of the facilities and added divisions from minors, AAA, AA, to coach pitch, machine pitch, wee ball, and T-ball. Meanwhile, Sherman Oaks continued its community presence, having events for charity, including home run derbies with proceeds going to Children's Hospital. And the first electric scoreboard in California Little League history was also at Sherman Oaks Little League, which was donated by local company Sunkist in 1985. In 1991, the league again received national acclaim as Tom Selleck was inducted into the Little League Baseball Hall of Excellence. 1995 saw excellence in a completely different fashion as the AAA Division Pirates became the first Little League team ever to feature an all-girls roster. That roster included Marty Sementelli, who went on to pitch for the U.S. national team and is one of the best female pitchers in the history of baseball. Speaking of baseball excellence, some big leaguers from Sherman Oaks include Jack Flaherty, Cy Young Award winner Jack McDowell, Greg Goosen, and recent first-round pick Pete Crow Armstrong. But it's not just about the big leagues. Sherman Oaks players continue to receive college scholarships and attend D1 schools, including the 2007 All-Star team, which sent 10 different players to Division I baseball. Wow. So Sherman Oaks Little League really is a fantastic community and amazing representative of Little League baseball for the last 70-plus years. All right, LA, it's been a minute.